guys to win the series and potentially go for the sweep tomorrow?
Well, I think anytime you can win a series in our conference is huge, and especially after last weekend when we had the opportunity to and blew it with a good lead in the fifth. I thought it was a great team win today. I mean, we got a lot of contributions from a lot of different people. I thought Reggie had a good game. I thought Dempster had the huge hit, right, with the 3-run homer to separate the game. And I don't think enough can be said about what Nardo did to come in and go 6. Saves your bullpen for tomorrow. And he really dominated being able to throw strikes, and that's what he has to be able to do. His stuff is good, and I thought he was way more aggressive with all his pitches today as opposed to babying some of them in there, and I thought he had good fastball command for the most part, and he was able to, that was the best I've ever seen him throw his curveball. And then he mixed in a good change, and so he was able to keep him off balance. It's a very, they swing a lot. So you got to be able to get them off your fastball, and we were fortunate. I mean, they hit a couple balls really hard right at people. Timmy got 2 line drives, scalded at them back to back, and I thought we played good defense and we executed offensively. I thought we were able to get our running game going a little bit, and then guys, like I said, they came up with some big 2-out hits and to score some runs, and I thought we just battled. Like I said, we gave up some run. We gave up that run early. It could have been more. And Mitch wiggled out of it. We could have given up another run in the second, and we wiggled out of it. And, he was only going to go 50 or 60 pitches, and I think he threw 60 on the button. And as we're building him up, and then, like I said, for Nardo to come in and throw 61 pitches in 6 innings and give it 1 hit was pretty awesome.
What's the biggest difference for Bernardo? It looks like he was pitching with more confidence out there, really attacking.
Well, I think just it's the attack mentality, with multiple pitches. I mean, he had 4 pitches working today. He had a slider working against some guys. He had the curveball working. He had the changeup working. And he had a fastball working. Gives you a lot of options to get people off of the fastball. And then his ability to locate the fastball on top of that. He didn't leave a lot of balls middle up, which is what he's been doing early in the season. And that was the best he's thrown this year, and hopefully that's a good thing, sign of good things to come.
You guys seemed really aggressive today. They throw out a couple guys at the plate, but you continued, sending Timmy from second. Was that a game plan against them? You guys were really attacking, it seemed, trying to steal bases as well.
The play just kind of developed with the one with Timmy is, it was a long throw for Davis up the middle. He was going to have to throw off balance. And we thought it would probably skip, and if we keep the runner moving, then they're going to have to pick throw. He kind of stopped and then started. Otherwise, I think it wouldn't have been a play at the plate. But I think we were aggressive, and I thought we were aggressive on the bases all around. I mean, Armenta did a great job going first to third on the ball that Dylan hit. And I think we're trying to get back to that overall and not playing passive and really kind of pressing the envelope a little bit.
Is this team ready to live up to its potential? I mean, it seems like the guys that were struggling early that you were expecting a little bit more out of are starting to come on a little bit.
Well, I think what we're seeing offensively, I think we've been pretty good. The last probably 2 months. I mean, the last 8 weekends. It's just, now that we're getting healthy on the mound, we're starting to see some things, and we get Merrick back in the rotation and in the mix a little bit. That'll improve things, And then who knows? Maybe he becomes a Tuesday guy. Maybe he becomes a bridge guy. Because we're still kind of feeling our way on who's going to be that guy to get the ball to Brooks. And then if we get all starters firing on all cylinders, then I think you're going to see what everybody expected. I mean, that's what I expected.
After the Stanford series, you told me you guys need to start throwing strikes, fielding well, and getting timely hits. And it seems like that's kind of really coming together this weekend. What's been the key to that?
Well, I think guys are just having good at-bats. I mean, I thought – these guys can pitch a little bit, and I think guys are staying within themselves and they're taking the hit for the most part. And, when they try and get big and they try and do too much, then that's when we get into trouble. And we catch ourselves doing that every now and then. I thought in the first we caught ourselves doing that a little bit. Yesterday we ran ourselves out of a couple innings by getting back-picked. And then today we were able to be aggressive and steal some bases. And, and I think a big thing is guys just having tough at-bats over and over and over again and put pressure on the pitcher, because then inevitably they make a mistake, or we run the starter out of the game, and then if you have a lead, then they pitch it different. And, tomorrow, if we can get Lapiana out of there early, obviously we're going to see Drockler, and we're going to see Rodriguez, we're going to see the kid from the other night, we're going to see Stoltz, and we're going to see Otteson, and we're going to see, but we got a free look today at a couple of their guys, and so hopefully that bodes well for us tomorrow.
coming into the season, you were worried about the guys are going to hit the top of the lineup. How much has Corey kind of changed that? I mean, first at bat of the game, I think he went 7-8 pitches. Just finding a leadoff hitter, I guess, in him that can actually add some pop as well.
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, he kind of provides what Bobby provided at the top of the lineup last year. He can run. He can, he can run the ball to the yard, so they can't play him shallow. We have a threat of an extra base hit right off the bat, which then you don't have to bunt him up. And if you do bunt him up, now Jeremy gets to hit with a guy at third. But it just extends our lineup, and it really gets an opportunity for some of those other guys to get RBIs, especially, he's been getting on a ton, and he's really cut down on the swing and miss, and so he's able to foul a ton of pitches off, and he's staying low and hard, and, that homer was really just a high line drive. It wasn't this majestic fly ball, and he's been a huge cog as we're starting to get going.
Coach, what's been the key also to you guys pitching better? Because not only have you guys gotten healthy, but also guys like Navalon, they've been pitching better. Bernardo looked better.
Well, we're starting to. I mean, hey, it's all about work, right? I mean, and the guys have been working hard at it, and we've been doing just a lot of video work and trying to just get them confident throwing the ball over the plate. I think we're playing good defense. We're starting to find a rhythm of who we play and who we don't. And then it's just finding roles that everybody kind of fits in. And I think one of the things that's happened over the last week in particular is that, Wheatley and Huberman are starting to throw better. And now when they're in, that makes a huge difference for us when they're throwing the way they're capable of throwing. That's a difference maker for this team, and they know it and we know it. And then that just moves roles around, and it allows guys, it allows us to put them in the roles they should be in rather than the roles we force them in, if that makes sense. And Navalon's been huge the first two games the last 2 weeks. I mean, he shut down Stanford, and we had to win that game 1-0. He shut down Utah, and we had to win a close game. We separated in the ninth or in the eighth, but it was a 2-1 game, and that's huge, or a 3-2 game, I guess, and that's huge if we get that kind of pitching on a Friday. And I thought Davis was throwing well when, before Santa Barbara, and then we get him rolling, and then now we're right where we want to be, and then we add Merrick into the mix. Like I said, once he gets going, and he's been looking good on the side, so he's probably a week to 2 weeks away, and then we're right where we want to be.